Namaste. So now let us cover out private defenses, a very crucial part of general exception. Actually, अगर general exception पे सवाल आता भी है in your law optional, this is primarily the hot topic, I can say, that will come. First and foremost, let us do our standard mantra that we always do. Section 105. If you can't recall this from memory, please you will have to do something about it. Alright. So please cover that out. Section 6 of the IPC article 361, right? And chapter 4, sections 76 to 106. In every answer on general exceptions, you will have to mention out these details. I keep on repeating them again and again, and I will not get tired of doing it because actually the key to success is repetition and consistency. All right. So we'll start out this answer because 96 to 106 is forming a sub part of 76 to 106 in the general exceptions. All right. Acha ji. Before starting out, before getting into the nitty-gritty details of private defenses, I already have it here, the Bare Act open. That is, please open the Bare Act. In your case, let us understand the logic or the intention of the legislature. Now, you will not use this word logic, you will use, what are the words? Intention of the legislature. Now, when you get formal with the UPSC, they get very happy. So remember, I can actually tell you honestly, when I teach this, otherwise, when I teach all of this, I don't make it so formal. But again, what is the aim? So in our aim for the UPSC law optional, we are scoring at really, really good marks, right? We are looking at scoring really, really good marks, all right? When you use such language, the examiner knows, right? And that is what we have to demonstrate to the examiner, that we know what you're trying to ask, right? And therefore he'll give us marks. So the intention of the legislature, or informally the logic, is that a state can never extend its help to all at all times and in all cases. कृपया करके line लिख लीजिए. This has to be mentioned in your answer any time that you have to answer basically for private defenses. Now imagine, so for example, let us say you are at 2 o'clock at some deserted place where the police is nowhere near. Let us say the nearest police station is like 10 kilometers from you, and somebody attacks you, like really, really violently attacks you, and now, unless and until you attack him, in which he can get killed as well, you are going to die. He will kill you. Do you have a right of private defense? Yes, you do. अच्छा, इससे एक थोड़ी सी मैं आपको misconception थोड़ी सी clear कर दूं. So people commonly think that मेरा case नहीं लगेगा because I have a right to private defense. No, these are all defenses that will be used by a defense lawyer in a court of law. So you'll be still going to jail, you'll be still going to trial, wherein your defense lawyer is going to use all of these pointers. Look, Judge Saab, my client has a right of private defense. He's going to explain all of this basically to the Judge Saab, and then Judge Saab will let you go, right? And why will your lawyer explain that you have a right? 105 of the Indian Evidence Act. That is how it is all connected. All right. So in that case, at the raat 2 baje wala case, let us say that there is no right of private defense, and we ask you, nahi, tumhe to police ke paas jana chahiye tha. And let us say the other guy kills you, then what is the point of justice? You're already dead, aren't you? Right? You're already pretty much dead. तो फिर फायदा क्या हुआ? Why do we have like a criminal justice system in place when we are telling you to go die? यही कर रहे हैं ना हम. So that is not the case. So at 2 o'clock in the night, in a deserted place where you don't have any recourse to any public authority, and somebody attacks you violently, you have a right of private defense, and it even extends to you causing the death, subject to certain limitations, and those certain limitations we basically have to discuss this out in the lecture, and that is pretty much the core of the topic. If you've understood this intention, you pretty much have understood private defenses already, because IPC actually, to tell you honestly, is very simple. Section में जो लिखा है वही होगा. That is what pretty much the criminal law system is, and thank God we don't have the CRPC to cover in this course, because CRPC is a monster of another kind. Because CRPC के approach changes. Supreme Court judgments, at least 20 come out every year, and then the interpretations of these section changes. But IPC में हम लोग ठीक रहते हैं. अच्छा जी. Another point that you will have to mention is the basic instinct of self-preservation, right? So anytime a human being is attacked, what is your basic instinct? You want to live, right? So we are giving you the right to live in one scenario, basically, you can say in one way. So we are actually honoring you, the criminal justice system that is honoring your basic right of self-preservation, right? Now I need to give you certain lines, so please note it down. A state can never extend its help to all at all times and in all cases, just like here. Right, आगे. In such a situation, an individual in pursuit of his basic instinct of self-conservation slash preservation, right, will be forced to resort to all possible means. All right. When you write these lines in your answer, and when you open in your answer on private defenses with these lines, or even on general exception with these lines, relating to private defenses, when you mention that you are writing an answer on private defenses, we are going to get very good marks, right? This is what the examiner wants. In times when state help is not available, you can resort to violence in response to violence. So you can resort to violence in response to violence. Why? Because of your basic instinct of self-preservation. But what did I just say? In times when state help is not available, that is one rider or one limitation. So this right of self-defense that you have, this is not an absolute right that it is available to you under any and all circumstances. It is a qualified right, just like our fundamental rights are qualified. How are our fundamental rights qualified? Because reasonable restrictions, 19 clause 2, right? हमारे पास ground है ना that we can actually stop your fundamental rights on certain scenarios. So they are qualified rights. So this right is also qualified. And where does it qualify? Section 99. You will have to mention section 99 in each and every answer that you write for private defenses. All right. But such a right is qualified as otherwise. We will sanction might is right. What do you mean by that? भाई अगर हम इतनी ज़्यादा वायलेंस अलाउ कर ही देंगे, like let us say that I give you this absolute right, yeah, go use it, whatever, however it is available to you under any and all circumstances, you will just end up killing people left, right and center, and then again that will lead to a collapse of society, right? We can't allow that. So therefore these rights are qualified, and actually speaking, that is the only core meat topic of this you can say this entire topic, that you can say that's a core crux subtopic is those qualifications, और वही हमने पढ़नी है अभी, but अभी उस पे आ रहे हैं, right? अच्छा जी. Now when you look at the section, open your BERACT, pause the video here, look at as in after I tell you what to do. 96 में general rule is there, 97 में subject matter is there, 98 अभी एक सेकंड रुकेंगे, 99 is right when not available, when such a right or private defense is not available. This is the most crucial section. Every time that you write an answer on private defenses, you're going to write answers such as section 96 read with section 99, section 97 read with section 99, section 98 read with section 99, or subject to section 99, or let us say section 102 subject to section 99. all right, so it depends कि जब read with कब use करेंगे and subject to कब use करेंगे. जब limitation समझा रहे होंगे तो subject to use करेंगे, या अगर आपने कोई ancillary detail बतानी है that this right, for example, right is it's qualified, so then we say look, we have to read 96 read with 99. all right, so subject to and read with. Now pause the video, open the IPC BERACT and have a read at these four sections 96 to 99, and then you come back. all right. Okay, so now you are back. Hopefully you have done the basically the work. Now let us go आगे. एक point और लिख लेंगे यहीं पे. It is the right of private defense is based on the cardinal principle that a primary duty of a man is to help himself. Right? You can't always be looking to the police कि जी आज ही बचा दीजिए मुझे. अब पुलिस कहीं है ही नहीं तो आप अपने आप को ही बचाएंगे ना. You have to save yourself, right? So this is basically on the cardinal principle that you have to basically make yourself, and that is just an ancillary point to basic right of self-preservation. समझ में आ गई अभी तक बात? Now, hopefully you have opened 96. Now I need you to take a pencil. BERACT में nothing is an offense which is done in the exercise of the right of private defense. कृपया करके just underline the words in the exercise of right of private defense. What does this mean? This is a very crucial line actually, or rather a phrase from a sentence. This means this right is only available to repel unlawful aggression. It is not available as a punishment. So this becomes a preventive right. This is not a punitive right, right? So to repel unlawful aggression, it is not to punish. You just can't go in and then beat the hell out of somebody and then later claim, well, it was my right of private defense. If you are subjected to aggression, if you are subjected to violence, you can resort to violence provided that you don't have any recourse to the state authorities. Why? Because you need to preserve yourself. So therefore, we are giving you this right, subject to restrictions contained in 99. But you can't claim this right, basically, that hello, I was being attacked, so well, here you go. ऐसा कुछ नहीं, right? Nothing is an offense, I'm in 96, which is done in the exercise of the right of private defense. So therefore, it excludes all of your attacks. You can't be attacking a person, and when they attack you back, you can't claim that, oh, hello, I beat the hell out of that person because I have a right of private defense. Sorry, buddy. What does the line say? What does the law say? In the exercise of the right of private defense. तो पहले कोई अटैक होगा तभी तो आप डिफेंस करेंगे ना. आप पहले जाके खुद डंडा लेके, that you go and you take your sword etc. and you take your danda and then you beat the hell out of him. And then when the other person resorts to violence because he is actually using the right of private defense, and then you can't beat the hell out of him back basically and then claim, hello, I too have a right of private defense, section 96 IPC, the judge sahab will throw your case out of the window and the examiner also will throw your answer out of the window. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम कोई कोर्ट केस तो कर नहीं रहे, राइट? अच्छा जी, so that's pretty much 96. The crucial point is that to repel unlawful aggression, not to punish, you can't use this as a punitive right. This is a preventive right. Preventive, you are trying to prevent the violence that is coming your way. All right. ये काम हो गया. अच्छा जी, राइट ऑफ, एक चीज आप यहाँ पे प्लीज जरा इसको मेंशन करके और इसको अच्छे से लिख कर आएंगे. राइट ऑफ प्राइवेट डिफेंस इज नॉट अवेलेबल टू एग्रेसर्स. Alright, so let us say that somebody, you have an enmity with someone and then they come and attack you. वो आया आपको पीटने, okay जी, and then you veto them back. Who has a right of self-defense or who has a right of private defense? You, or rather in this case me now. मैं मेरी पिटाई हो रही. Well done to myself for creating this example. Now let us say that I am a powerful person, थोड़ी bicep है मेरी, मैंने भी वापस I start hitting him back, right? Can he claim the right of private defense and then he hits me back more? Can he claim the right of private defense? Sorry, it is not available to the person who initiated the aggression or who initiated the violence, right? Why? Because this right presupposes that an attack or aggression by the person against whom such right is claimed. Against whom, look, for example, I am claiming this right against the person who has come and attacked me, right? So this right is presupposing कि attack or aggression सामने से हुआ होगा. So, sorry, not available to aggressors. कुछ नहीं है यहाँ पे, ठीक है जी? Let us say, now presume another example. Let us say both parties get into a free fight. Let us say कॉलेज में आया, एक साइड पे राइट वाले आए, एक साइड पे लेफ्ट वाले आए और आ जाओ जी आज तो UFC खेलेंगे कैंपस के अंदर. What happens? Is the right of private defense available to either party? In a free fight, both are aggressors. आप लड़ने गए थे ना वहां पर, कैसे मिलेगा आपको right of private defense? When you are actually exercising aggression against someone and that person has also come in with a preconceived notion that they also want to exercise aggression against you, where is the question of 96 to 106 coming into play? Sorry, it will just not come into play. All right. अच्छा जी, ये काम हो गया. Now we come to, अच्छा एक चीज, since originally I just want to add on to one more point, that this right does not include the right to launch an offense, basically this case only. So you can't you can't propagate violence. This right does not give you the right to actually initiate violence or to basically attack someone with violence. It is only when you are attacked. So you can add this to your answers, right? Now let us consider two case laws. That's Ram Ratan versus State of Bihar and Jaidev versus State of Punjab. Now you see, you already in the UPSC, you already have like so many things to remember. तो ये शायद case law हो भी सकता है कि memory से they fade out basically, and that is a very stark possibility and it's going to happen, right? So when such a case happens, like in naam nahi yaad aa raha but case pura yaad hai, so we become smart. We rephrase our statement that in a certain case law the Supreme Court held that. ठीक है, अब 10 में से 10 नहीं आ रहे, नाम भूल गए, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, 2 नंबर कम ले लेंगे, 8 तो उठाएं. Remember, this is a strategy, right? This is basically we are playing we are actually competing with others, right? So we have to be better than others in a competitive exam. So we basically take whatever marks that are there instead of getting into मेरे केस का नाम ही नहीं आता, मैंने लिखा ही नहीं, छोड़िए ना, नहीं लिखा कोई नहीं, जीरो की बजाय let us try to pick up 7, let us try to pick up 6. गरीब लोग हैं, जो मिलेगा उसमें खुश हो जाएंगे. Okay, so in Ram Ratan versus State of Bihar, now I don't want you to quote a case law in this, but I just want you to write this because I'm hoping कि कहीं ना कहीं याद रह जाएगा. Because if you can add case laws, क्योंकि हमेशा अगर आपने law optional के ऊपर लिखा होता है explain with judicial pronouncements, so pretty much it. Okay, so Ram Ratan के अंदर क्या हुआ था? The complainant, their cattle, basically the guy who's complained, their cattle went on to another field, right? And then the accused seized the cattle. जो सामने वाला है उसने कि अरे ये तो मेरे जमीन पे आ गए, just going to seize the cattle for you, right? So the complainant went in good numbers with weapons. So complainant ने क्या किया? अपने भाई बंधु सारे के सारे ये सारे इकट्ठे करे. They took their weapons and they went to that field to take their cattle back, right? The accused used force and caused one death. So for example, जो सामने वाला जो है, that is the accused here, right? They used force and they caused one death. Remember, even though they were the ones who seized the cattle, that is an ancillary matter. That is absolutely none of our concern in this case. In this case, what happened was one party, जिसकी cattle थी, they went in with a good amount of number and with weapons. And सामने वालों ने क्या किया? They used force and in turn killed one of these guys जो weapon लेकर गए थे. You tell me up till now whatever we have discussed, right of private defense होगा कि नहीं होगा? होगा. सामने वाला हथियार लेकर आ रहा है, इतने सारे आ रहा है, आपको तो मारने ही आया ना. You have an apprehension, right? And that point we'll consider now when we go to 100. All right. So all were acquitted. Basically, the accused was acquitted because here you have a right of private defense to save yourself. Why? Because self-preservation. Simple as that. Now see how it all connects. It all connects beautifully. So actually in the law optional, to tell you very honestly, the core funda is that if you understand the intention of the legislature, you pretty much can write an answer. I kid you not. There is no way on the planet that you're going to remember all of these points in your main exam. Obviously you're going to remember some of them, but not all of them. There is 100% efficiency memory किसी की नहीं होती. Let's be real on this. But if you know the intention, if you know हाँ जी मेरे को पढ़ाया गया था self preservation, you can elongate your answer, you can actually expand on it because I know that you are a competent, intelligent human being. You just need to be told what is actually the intention of the legislature in creating this law, and therefore you can expand your answer such as that. ठीक है जी? अच्छा जी, आगे चलते हैं. अब जयदेव वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ पंजाब. ओके, जयदेव वर्सेस स्टेट ऑफ पंजाब के अंदर क्या हुआ था? देयर वाज अ पीस ऑफ लैंड. सो द accused मतलब जिनके ऊपर ये केस लगा हुआ है, they bought that piece of land and they were considered outsiders in the village. Just भी village के अंदर वो जो piece of land इन्होंने लिया, they were considered outsiders. So for example, they bought this. अब villagers, they are like अपनी community, उनकी identity etc. बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. So they bought this land and now they are considered as outsiders. And they were treated as strangers in the village कि भाई कौन हो तुम लोग, कहाँ से, तुम तो बाहर के हो, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है, we are not allowing you in here. So basically there's a feeling of hostility going on here, right? So one day they were digging, अपनी ज़मीन पे अपना काम कर रहे हैं, they've legally bought it, right? And the accused, basically villagers, came in large numbers and they were armed. So these guys just came in with weapons etc. कि हम दिखाते हैं तुम्हें हमारे गांव में, तुम घुसे कैसे, ज़मीन हम तो नहीं आने देंगे तुम्हें. Maybe it was some caste politics as well. It is very prevalent in villages. Accused shot dead. This guy, he shot dead one of these guys. He's exercised his right of private defense. उस टाइम कहाँ जाता, दौड़ता कैसे पुलिस के पास, right? The villagers ran. So they started running. This guy shot two more while they were fleeing from the scene, right? And then what happened? What do you think the court must have done? Think about it. Just pause for a second. क्या इसमें यहाँ पे एक बंदे को जब इन्होंने गोली मारी, private defense available होगा? Think about it. Just don't think that I'm using basically some riddle or something. Just think about it. Private defense होगा? जी. They came in large numbers with a feeling of hostility and they were armed. He exercised his right of private defense. But when these guys started fleeing, Guess what? He shot 2 more. अब तो भाग रहे थे ना, अब कौन सा right of private defense है आपका? So the right of private defense is stopped, and this we have to discuss in the sections now. ठीक है जी? So again हो गई बात खत्म. तो इन केसेस में प्राइवेट डिफेंस नहीं अवेलेबल, यहाँ पे प्राइवेट डिफेंस इज अवेलेबल, राइट? So you can pretty much explain this to the examiner. Now, okay, so now give me 1 second while I wipe up the board, write down the main points again, and then come back to you for the next part. जिसके अंदर let us start off from 98 and then see all the sections in detail और फिर तब इस पे काम करते हैं. Alright, take care.